whether that's your mom or your dad. We're live. Hey, friends. Welcome to the Gardener's Workshop live shopping show. It is your friend in flowers, Lisa Mason Ziegler. And guess what today's about? Valentine's, y'all. It's all about...
And this is a Valentine's Day card from our warehouse to all of you. They've all signed it. Happy Valentine's Day.
Speaking of that...
Speaking of this, I got a little something for Lisa. Here you go.
So let me open my card. Happy Hearts Day. Love, your favorite sister. I only have one sister, y'all.
Well, now she could give it back to me and I could read it and say the same thing, right?
Oh, friends, today we're going to have fun. It's all about easy flower arranging with my sis, Suzanne. We're going to be bumping up tomatoes and kind of what we're starting now here on the farm. And we have fan favorite items as well as things that we're using now. Kind of like stuff of the season, right? And of course, we have a prize drawing for in-app viewers that are who are watching live. You have to be here to enter, and you have to be here to actually claim your prize. And we always do a little Q&A wrap-up at the end of the show, and I would love for you to send in your question. You just put @Lisa, the @Mark and Lisa, put it in the comments, type your question, and Jessie will gather those up. And then she'll throw a couple of those at me at the end of the show for me to answer. So I love totally doing that. Now, friends, we just appreciate so much how much y'all have told your friends about this show, because we have so many new people every single week. It just blows our mind away. One of the ways you can do that is there is a share button down at the bottom of the screen. If you hit that, and you can send it to your friends and invite them and let them know that you're here, we thank you so very, very much for that. So today is January 31st, and we are closing the door to my membership. You may not even know about my membership. It's called the Flower Farmer Club. It is an online private community. I have weekly and monthly live events, the Sewing Circle, the Flower Farmer Forum, and then I drop resources in there every month, master classes, the Bloomcast, the community discussion board, which I believe is the heart of the community, y'all, for sure. And we also do seasonal challenges, which we have an awesome challenge that I'm in right now, the Winter Challenge, and I've been talking about it all week with the club. It's like I am so inspired by this. And here's the big news flash. We are closing the doors to the club tonight so that I can stop having to share it with people and just get down to business and just submerge myself over there. So if you're interested in that, you cannot purchase that here in the live app. Just go to thegardenersworkshop.com. It's at the top of the page, and that's available until midnight tonight. It's basically, in a nutshell, $20 a month, or you can buy a year and get 2 months free. It is an amazing value. And I will tell you, there are amazing people over there, flower farmers at all stages, and I would love for you to join me over there. So a little housekeeping. If you have an account over here, or as you're making an account when you're buying something, please be sure to check your email and phone number to make sure there's no typos, because that definitely throws a snafu in the shipping, delivering it to you process. So please be sure and check that out. As well as here in the app, when you order seeds only, if you order a bunch of seed packets, the shipping is on us, and we love doing that for you, right? But when you purchase products, we have a cap. That's only $9.95, no matter how many products you buy. Is only $9.95. And remember that we ship to all 50 of the United States. Now, get the app. If you're joining us here from Facebook or Instagram, you just need to know that we have a phone app. And the reason you want to get that is there are so many other features that are available to you. First off, you can participate in the giveaway. If you're on social, We can't get your communication to see that you're entered. You can build a favorites list. You can watch replays, and the comments amongst the live viewers are inside the app, and they can get kind of lively. And if you're watching in the app and the comments are blocking what you want to see, you can swipe to the left or the right to kind of sweep them away, and then you can bring them back when you want. And also remember that if you go to a product, this happens frequently during the show, if you go to a product to put it in your cart and it says out of stock, get on the wait list, you might want to do that because oftentimes the team may be bringing that item, some more stock over from our big website. And that just means you'll get a little notification in there. And so friends, lastly, I want to say, if you're seeing people post the sunflower emoji in here, those are people that are identifying themselves as either club members or my online students of any of our online courses. We consider them the TGW family, and we just love it when we see all those sunflowers flying by. So that's really, really cool. So for that giveaway today, y'all, we're doing it again, a $25 store credit. So you hit the white button now, and that'll put you on the list that we actually pull from at the end of the show. So just tap that giveaway white box, and that will put you on the list. Now, this is a limited time opportunity, what I'm getting ready to show you. So it's the Cut Flower, my book, the Cut Flower set. That includes the book, which I'm going to show you a little bit more about that in a second. This is the book. And then it also includes the seed collection. The seed collection not only has all these seeds in it, there's additional instructions as well as a diagram. And when you purchase the book from us, it also includes the bonus PDF download that comes to you. It's on the bookmark. You just scan the code. And this is the flowers that didn't make the book. So all of these things are in the set. And through Sunday or while supplies last or Sunday at 8 a.m., if you order the set, this is how it's going to come. The seed collection is inside. It's wrapped up. It's got a bookmark in there with the PDF download. It even has a card for you to write on it. And if I was you, I love this craft paper, y'all. I'd have a red marker, and you can write a message or put some hearts on this. So this is $47.95, and that is $5 off from buying them all separately. And the order deadline to get this in time for Valentine's, I almost said Thanksgiving, y'all, for Valentine's is February 5th, or when supplies run out. So this is the best $50 that you can spend for somebody. You know, to introduce a gardener to cut flower gardening, I wanted to show some, and I'm showing you this because I was looking through the book yesterday for something, and y'all, there are just some of the most absolutely beautiful images in here. Each flower, there's 66 different featured flowers. This is the Lysianthus page. Beautiful imagery. Tells you how to start from seed, gives you all those steps. And this wasn't exactly what I was, look at this one. Oh my goodness. Look at that Godicia. How beautiful is that? And so it's a hardback book. That's the front. And look at the back. Suzanne, my sis, took a third of these pictures, y'all. Our photographer had a death in his family and had to go to Hawaii in the middle of the shoot, and thank goodness my sister stepped in. But look how beautiful these images are. So this is a great opportunity to introduce somebody to gardening or to cut flower gardening, and it's a great reference book. All right, now we have, you can get rid of that for me, thank you. All right, so we now have, what's up next, Kelly? Oh, there we go, the trio. So, we have the trio, all three of my books with free shipping, y'all. That's a special. So you get the Cut Flower Handbook. You get Vegetables Love Flowers, which is not really about vegetables, y'all. This is why flowers benefit vegetables, meaning having a little cutting garden in that veggie patch. But this book is really about my philosophy of gardening, how I do it pest-free. And then, of course, the book that started it all, y'all. You get all 3 of these for $78.94 with free shipping. Totally love that. And, of course, I sign every book. And if you want a special message, a personalized message, you just have to write it on your checkout notes. I would love to do that for you. All right, so what's up next, sister? So we have a canvas bag. Now this is kind of like a great opportunity to actually fill this for somebody for Valentine's Day, right? And this is what everybody here at TGW carries these. See, it has our logo on the side. It's a canvas bag, super heavy duty. It has a key. You can attach your keys to it. It's 13 by 18 by 6. And it's just great to use as a gift bag. Totally love this. And I will tell you that
this fits perfectly down inside of it. There you go.
She's such a shopper, y'all. I'm not the shopper. But anyway, so the canvas tote is $19.95, and it's just a great opportunity to fill that baby up with somebody. And you know, honestly, I'm the worst card buyer and gift wrap buyer. If you bought gift wrap and a card, it could be $20, y'all. Have you looked at the prices of that stuff? Give something they can use, right? All right, so now I'm not gonna do the tomatoes now. Isn't that what that is? Yeah. All right, so I'm not doing a soul blocking demonstration today, but I'm gonna be bumping up. We started these together the 15th, back whenever week that was. And so this was a set of 20. You're gonna see, I've already planted half of these, and then we're gonna plant the rest of these together. These are big beef tomatoes, and they are the absolutely perfect size to be bumped up. Now, I don't bump up normally. Most often we grow in this and would grow the plant on for a couple more weeks and plant it out. Tomatoes, peppers, eucalyptus, those slow growers, as well as those things like these long haul crops, peppers and tomatoes. I really like to have a bigger transplant when it goes to the garden. Northerners, you folks that have a shorter growing season really need to do this. So I am going to show you.
If you need the soil blocking demo, just go to the demo section on the app and you can see the demo there.
Okay, so I've already made, these are the 2-inch blocks using the inserts. Do we have a sample of that, sister? It's in the, let's see here. So I made these blocks with this 2-inch blocker with that black insert on, right? That's what that is right there. You just pop those right in. Now, that made a perfect hole on top for me to do what I'm getting ready to do here. So I don't know how we want to hold this, sister, if you want to rearrange the... So I use one of our wooden sticks, a popsicle stick. I have to cut... maybe we ought to do this first before you get in the way. So what I do is actually take the wooden stick. I have to really push hard, so hold on to it. So I like to just, when I'm potting up, it's like you're cutting them apart, right? Because I want them to stay intact, and I actually didn't water these this morning thinking that would help. We'll see. So this is literally what I do. I'm just cutting all the cuts that are already there and just kind of making sure the roots aren't venturing into their neighbor. And then I am going to just pull it apart and see how the roots just starting to come out of there. That is the perfect time to bump. And you literally are just dropping it down in the hole. That's it, y'all.
Little neighbor is getting fresh over here.
Yeah. So look at those roots. This is, and so I can't see, you have to hold it down a little bit. And you just kind of snug it in.
And if the comments are in the way, just swipe left or right and they'll go away and you can swipe to get them back.
That's right. Now look how long that one is. Now, you could do one or two things with that. You could actually just snip it off. That's perfectly fine to do that. Or I try to just get it all to go in the hole.
Tuck it in.
And just tuck it in. And that's it, y'all. You just can't, look at all these beautiful roots. Can y'all see that? So these were started on January 15th. Today is January 31st.
And the great thing is that when they start to grow into this new bigger block, they're just going to stop at the edge and self-prune the little roots.
Yep, the air prune, they call it. Yep, that's what they call it.
The little roots.
Look at those roots. They're just absolutely beautiful. And again, you could, if I was doing a lot of these and I needed to be speedy, I would just have a pair of scissors and just cut those roots, trim, give them a little haircut, which stimulates them to grow more, y'all, and just tuck them in. And you don't have to do a lot of fussing. What you're trying to do is just to make sure there's not an air pocket around the small block, you know, that it's actually making contact with the large block. And look how long that one is. And we'll just kind of spin those in there and tuck it in. And I can't wait for y'all. We'll be looking at these pretty much every week, right? But this is the perfect stage of root growth. Not a whole lot, but it's there.
And it is amazing how much fragrance these little seedlings have. They're stuck in my nose.
All right, so look at that, y'all. Just remember what this looks like today. So, because you're just not even gonna believe how gorgeous these are gonna go. So first off, I wanna say, these are demonstration seedlings. It is too early for me to start tomato plants. My last frost date is not until April 15th, which means technically I wouldn't plant a tomato until May 1st. These only need to grow like 2 to 3 more weeks. So you're gonna watch this process. So don't everybody be rushing to start your tomatoes thinking you're late. You're not. These are demonstration babies. And so I can't wait for us to actually watch them grow. Now, if you want to start, now a lot of times people ask me, why would I start in the small block, which is this, if you're going to bump them up? It's all about, it's easier and more successful to germinate in the small block. You get higher rate of germination. That's just a scientific fact. We've seen it historically. And it helps you to make the most use out of your real estate on a seedling heat mat. Right? So if you just consider that green tray I just showed you had 16 2-inch blocks on it. That same tray with the small block, which is what this is 100. So that just means that you can start more in a small space, and more importantly, you have more success. So the Soil Block Maker Kit is definitely the customer favorite, #1 product we have sold for years. It comes with the small blocker, which you just saw those tomatoes growing in. It comes with a bag of the ready-made Fort V mix. This bag makes about 600 of those small blocks. And here's a great comparison. 600 small blocks are about 32 of the big blocks. Do you see why it's just so much more efficient and cost-effective? So it comes with the ready-made mix. It also comes with my Seed Starting Made Easy online course, which teaches you how to soil block from beginning to end till you get it to the garden, as well as how to direct sow seeds out in the garden, how to use the commercial soil blocker, the Swift blocker, and how to plant plug trays. All of that is in there. Now this kit comes with 3 packs of seeds, and you choose either warm or cool. It's your choice. You make that selection as you're checking out. And then it also comes with 5 of these reusable foam trays. This size tray, which is the large, holds 3 sets of 20 of those blocks. It comes with our toothpick and seed pan, which is what we use to sow the seeds, and these little wooden plant ID things, but I actually use them to work with my soil blocks, right? So you get all of this plus the mix for $89.95. You're set up to soil block. I'm telling you, if you have a gardener in your life, the book set and this will just change their world. It'll just get them started, and they'll be thanking you all season long. Now, if you already have the small blocker, then maybe you want the soil block, the 2-inch soil blocker, which is what you just saw. I used this size for what we just did, plus large seeds. Zucchini, squash, sunflower, sweet peas. I start them in the 2-inch blocker. It comes with this nipple to make an indentation, but you can also, this special set comes with also the inserts that you just pop those out and pop these in, and it makes that perfect hole on the top to drop that little 3/4 inch. So it's $55.90 for both the blocker with the white nipples, and you also get the inserts for $55.90. So one of the things about blocking mix, or about soil blocking, is that it does prefer a different mix. Actually, it's the complete opposite of seed starting mixes. Seed starting mixes, or the conventional type, are made to be light and fluffy, right? Because they're going in a container and you want air and water to move through it. Well, the complete opposite is what you need for soil blocking, because it is the container, right? So while we sell the ready-made, we also offer the recipe to make your own at home is always available on our website. So we have a make your own blocking mix kit. The basis of that kit is the sifter. We recommend sifting everything. The ready-made mix, whatever mix you're using, either the individual ingredients or the ready-made, is to sift it. This fits perfectly on top of a 5-gallon bucket, makes it a really neat and thrifty way to sift your product. So this is the sifter. This comes in the kit. It also comes with the ingredients. So this is the cocoa fiber potting soil. So this is the brick as you see it. Then after you add water, it swells up and makes this wonderful peat moss supplement replacer. You can use peat moss, but this comes with the cocoa fiber. It also comes with the nutrient mix, which is green sand and rock phosphate. And this is powder. That's what's significant about that. And it also comes with a 6-quart bag of the compost. So it has all the pieces that you need to actually make your own soil blocking mix at home. And this is $58.95. And it is it's like $5 more when you buy the stuff separately, right? You can get everything individually here in the app except for the cocoa brick, which you have to go to our big website to actually buy those individually. So as I was just talking about the ready-made mix, which is what comes in the kit, you can also purchase that separately. That's what this is. This is a 6-quart bag, and Susie just did an experiment like a few weeks ago, making sure that our numbers were right, like how many you can make. And in fact, saying 600 is really shy, because it actually makes more than that, but that's what we're going with. So this little bag of dense product will make 600 of those small blocks. And this is $15.95, and we tell you it's 3 parts soil to 1 part water. And this is great to keep on hand if you need it in an emergency, as well as remember that we also sift that as well. All right, another really important part of the seed starting success story is warming the soil up. Even cool flowers need some warmth, right? So this has a built-in thermostat, and that thermostat works off of the air temperature. It keeps this mat 15 to 20 degrees warmer than the air temperature. That's why seeds will sprout faster, more uniform, and just make the whole process better, faster moving, and more uniform. So this is $39.95, and 4 of those trays will fit on here. So technically, you can start 240 blocks of the small blockers at one time, and then when they move off, we have more that come on. There is a larger version of this available over on thegardenersworkshop.com if you need a really big one. Now, this is the garden marker. We love these things. We have so many of these around this farm. What's so special about this is it is made to resist UV rays and moisture, meaning it actually lasts outside in the garden. For anybody that's used, the big brand name marker, you think it works so great, and it does work great as long as you keep it inside. All of a sudden, you go one day to your trays and all the writing has vanished. That does not happen with the garden marker. We love this guy. It's $6.95 and totally love it. And here's a great example. These are from my sweet peas. This was out in the garden for a year and a half. See how you can still read it? It says Royal Mix. It'll write on wood, plastic, masking tape, which is what we use on our trays. And so it just does a super great job. All right, next up, sister, you want to do some gloves?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey guys. Well, one of my favorite things, matter of fact, I have my gloves right here that I'll put on to show you. These are the gloves I wear. You see how they've been worn. These are our nitrile touch gloves. They're very lightweight. They have a nitrile coating. There's no latex in them. And they fit like a glove, and you can do all kinds of fine things in these. Now, these are unisex sizing. So I wear an extra large glove for a woman, and these are mediums. So these come from size extra small up to large, and the extra small would be for a small petite woman or a child. And one pair is $7.95, or you can get a 4-pack for $24.95. We could not live without these. I use them around the house. I use them in the garden and my landscape at home. We
Unpacking
have
trucks.
unpacking trucks. The FedEx guys usually wear the purple ones. And we just love them. And these also would make a great Valentine's gift. So protect your sweetie's hands and get in some gloves. Sister, if you can come take this stuff from me. All right, so next we're going to talk about some flower arranging. So the tip of the day is easy things you can do to arrange. And I'm going to just put my gloves on here and show you what I did today. This time of year we don't have flowers here on the farm, so I stopped by this morning at the grocery store and I bought some flowers. You see, they're beautiful. They're very fragrant, but we want to talk about how to keep them beautiful. First of all, you need to make sure that the water that you're using in the containers is so clean that you can drink from it. So the containers need to be super washed. If you're using flower frogs like you see up top there, I have some flower frogs and flower stuff in them. We put those in the dishwasher. That's how important it is that they be bacteria free when you first put water in there, when you first start putting your flowers in. So if you don't know how to arrange flowers or you want to know how to arrange flowers, you just have to do it. Just keep practicing and do it. Check all your angles. Is this arrangement going to be viewed just from the front? Is it up against the wall? Or is it sitting out on a table where you're going to see it from all sides? Just keep turning it around until it looks pretty to you. That's what's important. The other thing is the greenery. I actually bought another pack of greenery. If you want to poof up any arrangement, any bouquet, greenery is the way to go. You can also cut things out of your yard. This looks like it's some kind of boxwood. It's beautiful. If you have a boxwood or some kind of greenery, evergreen that's out in your yard in the winter, use that. It's great. So we want to make sure that you're going to strip all of the greenery off too. You can see this has greenery all the way up, but it's important that it not go in the water. It really makes your water dirty quick when you have the foliage in the water. So you be sure to strip all of that greenery off before you put it in the water. Flower food is the other thing that's very important. And flower food, we often can't see it working on retail flowers, is what we call this, things that were grown not locally and shipped in, because they're made to live outside of water for a very long time. So their stems get clogged, so they don't drink very much water, so they don't drink very much flower food when you put the flower food in the water. It's important that you cut your stems when you get them home, and then you can use a stem dilator, which is quick dip, I'm going to show you that in a minute, to open up those little vessels that are in the bottom here. And then they'll drink water, and then they'll drink the flower food. It really does make a difference. If you have garden flowers or fresh flowers that you bought locally, they really drink a lot of water, and the flower food really helps. It kills all the bacteria in the water and gives them what they need. So flower food is very important, and if your flowers don't seem to be benefiting from it, it may be that their stems are clogged. Water. If their stems are not clogged, or if you're using fresh cut flowers from your yard or from a local flower farmer, they're going to drink a lot more water than these retail flowers will. So be sure that you're checking it every day, because that is the number one reason why they die, is either the water is dirty or there isn't any water in the container. We see it all the time. The other thing is that these guys love sunshine when they're on the plant in the garden. Once they're cut, all the sun does is fade them. They no longer get any benefit from being in the sun. It just makes them wilt quicker and fade. So do not put them in your house if they're in direct sunlight. Move them away from that window and keep them shaded. Now, the other thing to keep your bouquet beautiful is that when one flower wilts or dies, you don't have to throw the whole bouquet away. You can simply just take that dead bouquet, either deadhead it or remove that whole stem completely. And we often recommend that you wash off your stems if the water seems kind of yucky. Rinse the ends of the stems off and put the clear container in there, the water back in there. Now, the deal of the day is 20% off ranging tools and supplies. It's in-app while supplies last, now through 8 a.m. Sunday morning Eastern time. And I'm going to show you some of the things that are included with that. I'm also going to show you how you can use this store-bought bouquet in our different flower arranging products. So I'm going to kind of show you the different ways you can use this. All right, so first up we have the stem stripper. Let me get these little guys out of the...
That's sharp, be careful.
Ooh, this is our florist knife. So I'm going to cut the plastic off of these, and we're going to do a little demo with the stem stripper. I meant to bring the compost bin over here, but I forgot. Okay. All right, so we're taking this out. This has got rubber bands. This thing is really sharp. This is a florist knife. So we're going to see how well this guy is stripped, because of course we do not want any foliage in our water. So this is our stem stripper. It works great for roses, but you can strip just lots of different things with it, and it just saves your hand. You see, when you open it up, it has a little opening, and you just close it over the stem, and then you just pull it down. So let's take a look. Lisa brought me the composter. Let me see if I can get this to, because this has got a lot of stuff on it. Hope this goes well. Let's see. Oops, I can't even get
Nothing like doing something for the first time on live
Look
TV.
at that. There was a big one in there.
Those were some big ones.
Those are some big ones.
Wow.
But look how
Impressed.
that did great work. And this is what you want in your container. So none of the greenery is in the water. So these strippers just save your hand. If you have problems with your grip, or if you're stripping a lot of stuff, this will save you so much. $15.96 for the stem strippers. It's something you can put in your arranger bag and have forever. And we just really love the stem strippers. So next up is the florist knife that I just did, and we'll use it again. And you also cut the flowers with it. I've always used my shears, but there's some florists, I just hit the bag of flower food.
Just don't cut your finger off.
No, but I cut the flower food, so let's try to get it out without spilling it. Okay.
So you might have to send us a proof of training to get one.
So this works really well. Woo! And then
This is hard.
Without the stem stripper, she's trying to strip. So there, that took all those off, but the reason florists love it is because you just cut these in your hand like that, and it's just simple, easy, and you can get a lot done really quick. So the florist knife, which now comes in assorted colors, and I think you just get whichever color the girls grab, but there's different colors. It's $23.96. It is a Swiss product, and it is just easy to use. Keep it handy for all your flower arranging, and I'm sure you'll cut some things other than flowers that you shouldn't with it. So that is the stem stripper. Next up we have our quick dip. Now this is the vessel dilator. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, sister. What do you call it?
It's a hydrator.
It's a hydrator, but it
dilates
the stem, the veins in the stem, so that your flowers can drink. If you've ever had the roses, see, these roses look pretty good, but sometimes you get roses and their heads are down. That's because they're not drinking any water. I was hoping there would be a dead flower in here I could show you, but they're not drinking water. So this quick dip actually opens up those vessels, lets the water flow up to the bloom. And what we normally do is we get a little plastic container, and you just want to mark it clearly if you do this and put it up where nobody can get it that shouldn't. But you only need to put a little bit in the bottom, very shallow. And then, where's the flower I just cut? I'll cut another one. You just take your stem, you cut off some, and then it's quick dip because you quick dip it, and then you take it out, and then you would move it to your flower food water solution. And it really does open up those vessels and lets it drink. The other thing that we learned from a flower arranging friend of ours who does events is that she'll put a splash right in the water. I don't think you'll find those directions on here, but she does it. She just puts a splash in the water, the container that she's putting the flowers in, and it makes them look great for a long time. So you could also use it that way. $14.36 for the quick dip. Now we have the fresh cut flower food, which I just accidentally cut the one that came with our flowers. But the ones that we sell work great. And you just want to, again, make sure that your container is very clean. You open this up and be sure to read the measurements on here. Measuring with these kinds of things are very important, because why are you spending money on it if you're not going to use it the way they recommend? They do a lot of testing on these and they have it worked out to the best possible outcome. So this is for 1 quart of water, and then you would simply tear it off, put it in your vase that you're going to have your flowers in. Be sure to stir it up, and it's crystal clear so you can't see it at all. So the flower food is 50 of the quart size is $9.56. 100 of the quart size is $15.96. We also sell a pint size, and 100 pints is $10.36. It's a real good idea if you're using a lot of flowers, if you're not growing them yourself, but you buy them often, get more flower food, because then after a couple of days, you can dump all of your water out of your flower arrangement, and you can put fresh water with fresh flower food in, and you're going to get even longer life out of your flowers. Now, we also have a bulb flower food. Now, this is actually exactly like the other flower food, but they add a hormone in it to help bulbs, and that is any flower that comes from a bulbs, like a daffodil or a tulip. It helps them keep their green in their leaves longer. So this is just the regular flower food. They've added the hormone. You can use this in mixed flowers. You can use this in all of the flowers. But it helps those flowers that have come from a bulb to keep their green in their leaves. And the bulb cut flower food only comes in the quarts. 50 is $9.56. 100 is $15.96. And remember, we have 20% off on
That's
these.
the 20% off price.
I was going to say, that is a good deal.
Yeah, these are the 20% off prices. All right, so next up we have our craft sleeves. All right, let's just move all these over here. All right, the craft sleeves. Now, these are great for flower farmers that are growing flowers, but they're also great to gift flowers. Look at this. You can decorate these up. This one is for Mother's Day, or you could give it to Mom for Valentine's Day. But these are so easy to use. You decorate them. You can put your sticker or anything like that on them, and you just stick the flowers through. And look how pretty that makes, even just the greenery. It just really helps protect the flowers, but it also helps you jazz it up when you use these. So this is the 12-inch. A 10-pack is only $4.20 on sale. How much fun is this to get a pack for the kids, get a bunch of flowers and let them decorate them up for Valentine's Day and give them out to multiple people. A 50-pack is $17.56. So that's just a lot of fun. We also have them in a larger size. And the larger size is the 20-inch, and it works the same exact way. A 10-pack is $5. A 50-pack is $19.96. What a deal. And you could do a lot of decorating and make a lot of people happy by having the kids decorate these. Now, the other fun thing we also have the clear. And when we sold to grocery stores, some of the grocery stores required that we use a clear sleeve. It does show the flowers a little bit easier. They're easier to see, but it still protects them. And this you just pull out here at the top. And we had 2 little hooks, and we would hang this on the end of a wire shelf rack. And you just slip the flowers through, and then you can pull it right off. These are a little easier to get the flowers into. Not as much fun to decorate. But what we do have to decorate are the 20-inch, just going up, Kelly. So those sleeves, which is this, the bouquet sheets? Okay, I'm on the right one. So this is the bouquet sleeve that you can use inside of this. And it's beautiful green. It makes all of the flowers pop.
This is like an upgrade, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
this is just to fancy up your flowers. So this is the pretty decorative. To kill them, I just killed some soil blocks over here. And then you just flip it inside your sleeve.
It
just dresses it up and makes it so much prettier. I also think you can use this in gift bags because it just folds and I mean, you can use it over and over.
Yeah.
It's just so much better. And so a 10-pack is $6.36 on sale. What a deal. A 50-pack is $25.56. And you can just make so many nice little gifts for people with these little fancy arrangers for the bouquets. All right, so next up, we're going to go to do some actual flower arranging. And I say that, I'm not really a flower arranger. This is just bouquets, and I just move them around until they look good. Where are my easy arrangers, please? All right. Okay, first up we have the vase brush. Sorry, Kelly. All right, so this is our vase brush, talking about keeping your containers clean. This is wonderful to get in these long areas you can't reach. It will bend and stay whichever way you want if you have a weird shaped container. We use these for not only vases, but we use them for humidifiers, hummingbird feeders. We use them to clean the irrigation filters here on the farm. Just anything you can think of that's long, down there you can't get your hand in. This is your answer. The vase brush is $10.36 on sale. It's in the arranging sale, and it's great to have on hand, and everybody would love to have that as a gift. All right, next up we have our easy arrangers. Let's see which is up first. The 3-pack? Okay. So these are our easy arrangers. This is the 3-pack. It's on sale for $17.20. You get a 4-inch, a 5-inch, and a 6-inch. That means that you could give 3 different gifts. We get these little organza bags and put 1 in each bag, so you would have 3 little gifts to give someone. And you might want to get a pink or red organza bag for Valentine's Day. But I'm going to show you how we use it. So this is, I believe this is the largest. This is probably the 6-inch. So we're just going to use this bouquet that we just got. Where's my stripped? Here's my stripped foliage. And this makes the flowers stay where you put them. It holds them up. So this takes this nice long stem, which would be fallen over, and you can put it wherever you want, and it's going to hold it into place. So you can take a bouquet of flowers. We'll cheat and get one that doesn't have much foliage on it. And
Oriental lilies.
You can hold it up and figure out where you need to cut it and cut the stem and then slip it in, and it's going to hold it up right where you want it. Here is some statice. Again, it looks like it's a pretty good height. So we're going to put the statice in, and it just holds them in the shape.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, there's some campanula in there. Isn't that crazy? All right, so I'm going to cut the end of that. We do recommend that you cut your stems when you get them home and you're arranging. But look how beautiful. I mean, I could put just a couple more flowers in here and it would look great, especially once this lily opens. So the 3-pack is $17.20, and again, that would make great gifts. Next up is the single, which is the 6-inch, which is this one that I have right here. And the 6-inch comes a single pack for $7.16. You can get a 2-pack for $12.40 or a 3-pack for $17.20. Again, the perfect gift. Give it with flowers in it, give it without flowers in it. It's just the perfect gift for anyone. The perfect girlfriend gift. Now, let me get these flowers out because we're going to be showing you the different ways you can arrange your flowers. All right, so next up we have the floral netting. So the floral netting comes in a sheet like this, and it is 12 inches by 48 inches. And you just simply cut the size you think you need. We usually use this in a crock that you can't see through. And you simply fold it into a ball. You want it to be nice and tight in the container so that it holds things. So you push it down the container. You can use this with big sunflowers, any big stem flowers. And then when you put your stem in, it holds it into place.
Isn't this like the secret weapon of flower arrangers?
Yes, it's crazy. And so it's $10.36. And again, this container needs to be really clean when you use it. And then you just stick your flowers in. And these will even hold big sunflowers and things like that that have the larger stems. So you can see what a job it does. So $10.36 for a big roll that'll last you a long time. That one's probably a little tall. There we go. And it will turn your arrangement, it'll turn your bouquet into an arrangement. That's exactly what it does. I've just killed a rose. Okay, got the rose. All right, so that's the coated floral netting. Next up, we have the mason jar frog. Everybody has a mason jar in their house, right? Well, this is the mason jar frog, and it looks like chicken wire. And it comes in this nice galvanized, rustic-looking flower frog, and it will fit any regular-sized mouth, standard mouth. So it also fits the smaller mason jar if it has the standard mouth. So this you just screw on, and then we're going to take these same flowers, and I usually hold it up and figure out I'm not an arranger. They just look at it and can tell. I kind of hold it up and see how much I need to cut off, and then I just cut it. And you stick it in, and again, look how beautiful. Tear some more of this off since it's going to be in the water. We'll see if we can get this to fit through because it's got a Y there, and it does. And you can see how beautiful.
It just seems to make the flowers go further.
It does. You could probably get several of these arrangements out of this big bouquet that I got. You could do multiples out of just this one with this flower frog. And that's what flower frogs do. They make your flowers go further. So a single pack is $7.16, a 2-pack is $12.40, and a 3-pack is $17.20. And those are the sales prices, so that's 20% off. All right, so next up we have the clear Oasis tape. So the clear tape, how many yards is this? This is 60 yards. 60 yards, that's a lot. And you simply place the clear tape over your clear container. You can use it on a colored container, but you just stick it down, and I recommend sticking it down a little further than you think. You really can't see it, and it just sticks better if you push it down further. Of course, you would need to add water. And then the same thing here. You simply cut these shorter, and this really turns your bouquet.
Shorter than you think.
Yep, it turns your bouquet into an arrangement is what it does. So you just stick these guys in, and you crisscross them at first to make them stay where you want them. But see how it makes them stay? And this one needs to be a lot shorter.
I had a little shorty over here too that I stripped.
And I'm not going to strip off this foliage for time's sake, but you all know the foliage should not be in there. And again, you can take this bouquet that you just bought, and you can make a little arrangement. Let's see, that's too tall.
How many times do we have to recut?
I'm really bad at this. I have to recut a lot. So you can take this and a few more flowers, and you would have an arrangement. And I still have all of these flowers left to go. It's amazing how far they go when you just have a little flower frog.
And isn't it easier to arrange short stuff than it is tall?
To me it is, but it just depends. A lot of people just take their bouquet home and stick it in a vase, and it's kind of flays to the side, and it's real tall. And the secret is that if you put your arrangement on a table, can you see the tops of the flowers? If you're sitting at a table talking to someone, can you see who you're talking to? I like them really short so that you can see over them. You can see them. If they're down on a side table or a coffee table, you want to see the tops. So there aren't that many places that I would use a big gigantic arrangement, maybe on a mantle or something, but you want them facing front so that you can see the flowers. I like looking down on the flowers, the tops of the flowers. So that is the clear Oasis tape. It's $7.16. And again, that's something that you want to keep in your little arranging toolbox to have. And that makes that you have really easy. Let me have some of those back for this, sister. Really easy arranging. So next up, we have the candle grips, right, Kelly?
Yes.
Stay put candle grips, sister.
Oh, candle grips.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay put candle grips. When we first saw these, and we sell a ton of these when we did shows, we couldn't believe it after years of messing, trying to put wax in the bottom of our candle holder to get our candles to stand up. And we found these were like, eureka! And this comes in an 8-pack, and you simply take, it's spongy, it's kind of spongy and grippy, and you just stick it on the top of your candle holder. You put your candle down in it, and wherever you push your candle down, it stays until you move it. If you have a big candle, you just use like 3 around the edge and push it down, and it'll stay in there. So the candle grips just answer that question. They're reliable. You can use them over and over. They're $7.16 on sale, and we love them. All right, so next I'm going to show you something else with the candle. These are our little candle ring vases. If you can see, this is what it looks like. It comes in a 2-pack. So this is what it looks like. You put a little bit of water in it. You slide it over your candle holder there. And then you just want to put little flowers in it. You can go and cut things from your yard. You can use little violas that, everybody has growing, the little weeds you have growing in your yard that have color in spring. Perfect place for them. And then I found that you want to cut them a little bit longer than you think and then put them in at an angle. I'm going to take this off so I can hold it up. You kind of put them in at an angle so that they stand up a little bit better. Let me cut some shorties here. And again, I would cut the greenery off of this, but I'm not doing that right now. And you just simply go, oh, here's some Sweet William. Let me get some of that.
I can't believe how many flowers are in there that we actually grow.
Yeah, there are quite a few. And then you can even put a big flower in here. I'm going to sacrifice this one and we're going to put him in here. And then this doesn't exactly go with my red candle, but then it turns your candle into an arrangement. And you would fill in the rest of the side. You could use more greenery and it just makes it beautiful. What a great little hostess or girlfriend gift. It's $11.96 on sale. What a deal. And we sell a ton of these. Made in the USA, and we love the candle vases. All right, so next up we have, you can keep all those little ones. We have our espresso watering can. Now, why is this in the middle of a flower arranging demonstration, you ask? Two reasons. The longer stem, that's a gentle flow, makes it easy to fill up your arrangements because they drink a lot of water, right? And you don't want to have to take the whole arrangement over to the sink and get water on tops of the flowers. By the way, it's not a good idea to get water on the top of your flowers after they've been cut. They do not like water. It damages the flowers. So try to keep the tops of your flowers dry. So you push it aside and then you can fill your container with this little espresso watering can. But what I love it for is because it is just cute as a button to put a little arrangement, these are too tall, a little arrangement of flowers in here. It's just precious. Yes, thank you, sister. So
it is Valentine's Day. I'm trying to be sweet.
Yep. You can try. Okay, so this is just precious with flowers in it, and it's so cute. You can just set it on your shelf. If you're watering your house plants, you can just leave it up on your shelf because it's beautiful. It's stainless steel. Approximately 2 cups of water fit in this. It's $31.95, and it's a gift that you give, and someone's going to have it forever and remember you every time they use it. All right, so next we're going to do my favorite container. No, we don't sell these. This is just a tip. All right, my favorite container is a gravy boat. And why, you ask? It's because you cut the flowers short and you can see the person across from you and still enjoy the beautiful flowers. So what you do with the gravy boat, and it's difficult to get all the foliage cut off for this, so sometimes I skip that, make sure all my flowers are pulled up, because I'm going to cut this really short. And the most important part of this is that you don't cut your hand because you're going to be cutting stuff really short. So I grab these up high because they have to be much shorter than you think, okay? So don't be afraid. I always cut them too long. I usually have to do it twice. You just want to watch where your fingers are.
You watch where your fingers are, not the camera.
I got them. And you just simply cut them short. You can do this in sections, but really it's easier to stuff them in the container when they're all together. It's just easier. Stuff and go is what our friend used to call these, who's a floral arranger. This is
Can I see those clippers?
This is a stuff and go. Can you hold this up for me, sister?
Yeah, I was going to cut these
So I can add them on here. Okay, there you go. All right, so hold that up for us. So stuff and go. You literally put them in, and look, it looks like it's an arrangement that came from a florist. And now you can see the tops of all the flowers. You have to arrange 1 or 2 here and there, but it looks like you've gotten an arrangement from a florist. And it's simple to do, and don't be afraid. Just change the water regularly, put flower food in the water when you're making it. And this is our favorite little tip for bouquets. So next, they want you to do the wreath now, sister, right, Kelly?
So I am going to just show you one of the ways that I've used this amazing flexi tie garden string. This is like a plastic coated, but it's not wire. Y'all, it's stretchy and it holds a bloomin' knot. And so I'm going to show you, it just holds a knot. It's pretty amazing. So here is the wreath that I made in my flower farming club on one of our sewing circles. These are the rooster peppers, y'all. But let me show you the back. I made this using, see the brown flexi tie wrapped around? This stuff is incredibly useful. It's $23.95. It's 196 feet, over 65 yards, and you will find so many uses for that. You want to, let's do the shears and pouch next. So these are the shears that you've been seeing Susie Q use. They're the ones that literally, this is my pouch, that's hers. See who's been working harder, y'all, right? Mine. It's more worn.
You're older.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. $55.95 for the shears and the pouch. And why we love the pouch, it has a clip. You do not have to wear a belt. Absolutely love this. And we won't send you our old ones. We'll actually send y'all new ones. And that is perhaps the greatest gift of love, right? Giving somebody a pair of shears. So let's, if you want to be included in our giveaway, hit the button now and that'll put you on the list. And if you're here at the end of the show when we pull this, you're entered to win a $25 store credit. Now, in case you joined late, I will do a few Q&As at the end of the show. You just put @Lisa and ask a question, and we will get those, as many of those as possible actually answered. And now we're going to look at some flowers, some different things, actually fresh flowers. We're going to look at flowers that I'm starting right now. And the way you store seeds properly, you should always buy seeds when you meet the flower. These are desiccant packs. This is how we store our seeds to keep them dry, and we keep them cool, and together they just make for a very viable, I need those seedlings. That's what went with those cool flowers. Okay. All right, so first up we have, once again, y'all, my rooster peppers. The rooster peppers are a cut flower variety of pepper. We had the seed grown for us. It's not typically available. And so get the seeds now. It's definitely while supplies left because we don't have unlimited supplies. Actually love them. We pinch the plants and they branch like crazy. Now, those tomatoes you saw me start are the big beef, which is my go-to tomato. I grow heirlooms too. Big beefs are just the dependable, disease-resistant, big, juicy, whole slab tomato sandwiches. So we absolutely love those big beef seeds, which is what you have up there next. Now we have some seeds that have love in the name that are just a great one to do. And so this is actually a card to me from Love in a Puff. How sweet is that? So if you want to give, is there a card to go with that?
Yes.
Oh, wait, here it is. Nope, that's not it either. Guess y'all want to know. Here we go.
That's what happens when you leave her on her own.
This is the Love in a Puff, y'all. Love in a Puff. It's a vine. It's a warm season. You will totally love that. And so next up, where are those seedlings? Here we go. So now I'm going to show you all the different colored stock, but I thought I'd show you some of my babies. These are 60 stock plants that were started 2 weeks ago. Amazing, right? And they will grow in that block until they go to the garden. I'm a big fan of stock. Cool flower. Look at this one. This is the cherry blossom. Super soft color. White, which is the high double. Love this one. And I grow these all out in the field. You have to get them in right on time. This is the apricot. You have to get them in as soon as you can in your very early spring planting window for cool flowers. And this one I love because it's a brighter color. I love bright colors, y'all. So this is Cat's Pink, and it's kind of a Pepto-Bismol. I mean, not that that's a good thought, but the color's great, right?
Cotton candy, maybe.
Yeah, cotton candy. Okay, Kelly. So this is Cat's Yellow, and the reality is it's not really yellow, y'all. It's ivory. But that's a great color, right? Because I love neutral colors that can go with everything. But then this is an amazing color. I love having this one. We typically get stock to bloom by Mother's Day, planting it outdoors. Those transplants, that'll be a nice size. And then, we have another card, y'all. And it's to Lisa. My love lies bleeding for you. Your favorite amaranth. How about that? Do y'all know about amaranth? It's a warm season tender annual. There's so many varieties in my book. Totally love that. Super cute Suze. And then we have the flowers that I have started now. Where are those, that long tray of 100? Those were straw flowers. Okay, so if you can hand me that. So straw flowers are a great crop to start now for your very early spring planting, and we succession planted.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
killed this in during
Yeah,
the demo.
Suzanne kind of like damaged the goods. But this is a tray of 100 of, this one is the mix, and that is the straw flowers, and it'll grow in that block until we plant it. But I love all the colors. This is the golden yellow. Oh my gosh, y'all know orange is my favorite color. How much of this do you think you can sell in fall? Totally would plant this 2 or 3 times beyond this planting to get these. And look at this great color. For midsummer, these hot pinks. Straw flowers hold up like nobody's tomorrow. That's why we loved them as a flower farmer. Totally love them. And then look, is this the peach mix? And this is out of stock right now, but you need to get on the wait list so you get notified as soon as it's packed and back in stock.
Did you already do gold?
Oh yeah, and here's the gold she has. These are a year old, y'all. Look how they hold their color. They're beautiful fresh, but they're also amazing dried. All right, let me figure out where I am. I'm dropping my stuff. We did silvery. Oh, silvery rose. So silvery rose has more of a white than it does pink. That's why it doesn't, bright pink is similar, but it's not the same. And then we absolutely love creamy white. Love this one fresh. They all dry, but our goal is always to sell them fresh. Look at this dark color. What is that called? Purple red. Now, this is a great one for fall. I wouldn't be growing this for early summer, but you better believe it would be included in my succession for later in the season. That is another really great one. And then this is vintage white. It's a clearer white than the other one. It actually has a bigger center. Really love that one. And then there's the mix. If you're not sure, you don't know, go for mix, right? And then I just had to show you this one. It's a cool flower. And it's because, oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Another card. You are my love in a mist, which is this cool flower, y'all. We actually fall plant this, but these are great things to actually give. Imagine giving your Valentine seeds, but the names all had love in them. Ideas, y'all, ideas. All right, so it's time for us to wrap it up. Now remember to stay till the very end if you want to be a part of the Q&A. And I want to remind everybody that over on our big website, thegardenersworkshop.com, there are so many resources over there, y'all. We have videos, blogs. We have 2 podcasts. Be sure to check out them both, Field and Garden, which I host. Then there's Seed Talk with Lisa and Lane. And yesterday's episode of Seed Talk that just dropped was common calendula questions. Lane had gotten a bunch of different questions from folks about calendula, so we decided to actually address it. Now, this coming Wednesday on Instagram, we host Ask a Flower Farmer each week, and this week I am hosting. So you are welcome to join me over there, as well as right back here next Friday. Next Friday won't be flower arranging. It's going to be tool time. So we'll be talking about a lot of our tools, and I love talking about that. So now we have a winner, y'all, of our $25 store credit, and I hope you are here. So our winner is, drum roll, Melinda Elder. Melinda, if you are here, give us a big old shout out in the comments, and the girls will drop that store credit right into your cart. So Melinda, congratulations. I'm so glad you're here. Give us a shout out in the comments. So friends, either thanks for joining us or stick around for the live Q&A. So let's see some questions. How do I tell if the recent cold wave has...
Here. She says, what? That's me?
Melinda, congratulations. Thank you so much for participating, and we're so happy you're here. And we are dropping a cool $25 right into your shopping cart. So it'll be there ready and waiting when you go to check out. How do I tell if the recent cold wave has killed my snaps? They were covered with frost cloth, but they do not look good. Well, this is what I told somebody the other day. I said, would you look good if you'd been outside in the frozen weather for, like 24/7? So first, there's really no way to know at this point in the season whether they're dead or alive, because oftentimes they're alive, but they look kind of dead. I have very much firsthand experience over this. And so you just have to keep the faith. If you have a deep concern, then maybe you need to restart seeds. Don't worry, take action, do something about it. Start the seeds over again and plant them in very early spring. But there really is no way to tell at this point in time. How many weeks before frost do you start tomatoes and peppers? What a great question. So we typically, for warm season tender annuals, I talk about this in the Cut Flower Handbook, I'm looking for nighttime temperatures over 60 to 65. It has nothing to do with daytime temperatures, y'all, because that'll totally mislead you. It's what the nighttime temps are. 60 to 65 at night and holding to plant warm season stuff outside with no protection. And so for us here, that is typically May 1st. My last frost date is mid-April. Usually it's a couple weeks after your last expected frost when that happens. And then we would start our tomatoes and our peppers and eggplant about 6 weeks before that date to do a couple of weeks in the small block. Then we bump them and give them 4 weeks, because that'll give you like 3 weeks of really vigorous growing and then a week of really hardening them off well. And they do, I'm telling you, you have not lived until you've grown a tomato in soil blocks. The roots, y'all are going to see them. I'm telling you, I could get gaga over them. It's roots you've never seen before in a container. Do you put stock on a heat mat? Yes. What month will you plant it out in your garden? Okay, so all cool flowers, the recommendation is most of them, 95% of them, need to be put on a seedling heat mat. But when we do that, we use a cookie cooling rack you know what a cookie cooling rack is? Literally the thing you put cookies on to cool, right? You have your heat mat, you put those racks on top of it to create a little airspace, and that's what my trays go on for cool flowers. And that's what all those stock that you just saw, those seedlings from, do. And so we plant them in our optimal, very early spring planting window. And if you don't know yours, you can either read Cool Flowers, but I will tell you the Cut Flower Handbook really helps you to drill down on when you plant warm season annuals and cool season annuals for your temperatures and frost dates. I mean, it helps you to customize and know when your windows are. So we plant stock mid-February, because once it gets warm, stock is not very happy. After snow and ice with low temperatures in the low 20s for 5 days, my eucalyptus recovered beautifully. Good for you. Did not mulch or cover. Is it hardier than we think? Anything is possible. Microclimates, but it is an Australian plant, so it likes it hot, right? So consider yourself fortunate. I don't know that I would ever bank on doing that, but obviously, first off, the winter's not over. And secondly, I don't think it's hardier than we think. I think it's a little hardier than we think. If it's well established and it's in a right microclimate and the right conditions come, it can survive. We know that. But congratulations. I am so glad. When would you plant cool season seeds in New Jersey? So, y'all, I'm not about giving you fish. I'm about teaching you how to fish, right? And I can't even really answer that for you because it has nothing to do with where you live. It's all based on your first and last frost date and how low your temperatures go in the winter. And that's why the book, the Cut Flower Handbook, will revolutionize your life. It is going to teach you how to figure that out for yourself, and you'll know how to plant everything for the rest of your career. I'm serious. There's even a place in the book to write your dates. So the Cut Flower Handbook is what I recommend for that. So friends, thank you so much for joining me here. Remember, look at all those hearts back there. Remember that the Valentine's Day special of the book set with the seed collection comes wrapped until February 5th or until supplies run out. And that's just a great gift. That's the gift of love that'll go on for seasons and seasons and seasons, right? And don't forget the Flower Farmer Club closes tonight. That means after midnight tonight, no new members are coming in. We have hundreds of people in this club, and that'll allow me to totally submerge myself in that community and create content and be over there. And I am so excited for all of you that are already in there. And so you can go to thegardenersworkshop.com. It's at the top of every page, a big gold banner, and check it out. It's the best 20 bucks a month you will spend if you want to grow, cut flowers, and be a flower farmer and want support.